Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. Okay, you guys' enthusiasm and curiosity in knowledge amaze me. Okay, I also teach tea. Okay, so you guys really love knowledge. So, but I'm sorry, it's my problem. I can't make so many videos so quickly, especially for paper free. Okay, because just the easier part will be reappear in the new syllabus, right, for chemistry, biology, and physics. So to me personally, I want to spare more time on making the looks. I'm making some biology looks, in the YouTube. So I want to spare more time on that. So for the chemistry, physics, remaining, and the biology paper free, I apologize. Okay, I can just make video for the question paper. It's easier for me, and I know you guys learn a lot. Okay, so when you're looking at the video, I'm sure looking at the question paper, you will recall what you have learned in chemistry, and you can check whether you answered it right or wrong, and you can tell yourself whether in the new syllabus the easiest part of whether you can do it or not. Okay, so I choose this template. Okay, this template, whenever you see this template, it means that a low solution is given. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, just the past paper. Okay, I will make it in a neat and tidy way and easy to follow even in a video format. So bring out some paper. When you want to work on it, just pause the video at any time. Okay, and then unpause it, going to the next part. Okay, so paper fee. Okay, 204 May. Okay, is the real paper. And then for a higher level, first, okay, it's an hour and 15 minutes. The question is divided into two parts. Okay, you can have a data booklet for this one too. Okay, in the two parts, one is section 8. Okay, answer all the questions for everyone. And section B, you choose between the 4 options, choose one. And for the section A is very interesting for this year. Maybe previous years is the same. I didn't realize. Okay, for section A is the same for identical for SL and HL. So we go through all of them. Okay, you just see all the questions. Okay, section A. Okay, remember answer all the questions. Okay, and then the first question, number 1. Okay, this question is about the rate of reaction between bromine and biphenolic acid. The equation is given. Part A, state and explain how the rate of this reaction measured in mole per dm cube per second could be monitored experimentally. Okay, of course by the gas, right? Pause and do it. Okay, next one, B. Okay, remember the equation. Okay, the change in the bromine concentration was monitored, and determine the instantaneous rate of reaction to two significants when the concentration is 0.08. Okay, so you need to draw the tangent, right? And then you can do it, I'm sure, at a particular point. So you can find the gradient. Next one, B. Okay, the change in bromine concentration was monitored again. Okay, I'll just continue. Okay, sorry, I just copied off other thing. Okay, outline why the graph has a negative nonlinear slope. Negative, nonlinear. Remember, you have two questions. Okay, sub question. Answer them both. Okay. Next one. Okay, number 2. Green chemistry focuses on the design and implementation of chemical processes to reduce waste, conserve energy, and discover replacement to hazardous substance. Okay, 4 metric of green chemistry effectiveness are process mass intensity, E factor, atom economy, echo scale. And then you need to look at the definition, okay, some description, and make the decision which one has the maximum effective one, second maximum, third maximum, and the least one. Okay, by 2, 3, 4 filling in here. Think about it. Welcome back. Okay, next one. Okay, the number that uses the maximum effective green chemistry. Okay, result in given for PMI. Estimate a number for each of the other 3 matrices, and then identify the matrix that does not account for solvent use. Okay, so you have to tell this 4 thing. Okay, which one does not account for solvents used. And then I just write the name, the matrix name, okay? And then I suggest a reason why the pharmaceutical industry has a much worse PMI measure of green chemistry than other chemical industries, such as the oil refinery industry or bulk chemical production. I remember the key term, bulk. So what is so special about pharmacy? Small. Try to explain it. Next is really new to me. There are two methods of producing this chemical, benzene, from bromine benzene. Science is schema number 1 is shown below there. Schema number 1 is here, okay? It's number 1. And this number 1 has a lot of description down there. And then you said that there is something called a eco scale. It's 100 minus the penalty point. The larger the penalty point, the lower the eco scale, the less environmental friendly of the thing, okay? And then there is a eco scale down there. And you have to think about, do the penalty point apply to this scheme 1, okay? And then copy down all the points, okay? And then 100 minus it and find out the eco scale for this scheme 1, okay? Let's start, okay, one by one. The first one is here, there are 4 parameters, NT, F, F plus. And if this thing happens, then penalty is 5, 5, 5, and 10, okay? So look at scheme 1. Do this 4 thing happen? If yes, then minus, then copy down, remember the penalty point, okay? We need to add them all together. Second phase, okay? Right hand side is a penalty point, okay? For the yield, penalty point is like this, okay? And they have the other 4 things that used to be calculated for the penalty points, okay? So after these 2, okay? 2 sets of penalty points, okay? You get them all together, add them all together, and 100 minus it is the eco scale, okay? So you need to find the eco scale by 100 minus this 8 points, okay? Okay, scheme 2, okay? This should be have a comparison, okay? Scheme 2 has a yield of 76%, blah, 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 a lot of description of it, okay? So just one reason why scheme 2 has a lower eco scale score than scheme 1, so scheme 2 is worse, okay? Why? So we have the diagram and we have the description, so compare them, scheme 1 and scheme 2 by the eco scale. Okay, first scheme 1 and scheme 2 by the diagram. Can you say a point about why scheme 2 is worse? More penalty point? Or maybe due to a set 2, right? More penalty point for scheme 2 by this diagram comparison. Or maybe due to the description. The top is scheme 1 description, at the middle is a scheme 2 description. Does this give you some idea about penalty point? Mark it down. Scheme 2 is worse, okay? Remember our direction, okay? Or due to these 4 factors, these 5 factors, okay? Second batch. So write down some reason, okay, why scheme 2 has more penalty point, okay? Less eco scale. Pause it. Or go back to the previous video or the video before, okay? Okay, welcome back. Oh, we finished. Okay, all right, good. We finished section A. Okay, now you just jump to the place that you like. Okay, option A, B, C, or D. For new student, 2025 student onward, okay, maybe you look at all of them. Okay, the easiest one in the 4 options. Okay, the easiest part will be put in the new syllabus, and you may encounter it. Okay, option A, material. They said that there's Medicinal. You never know the new thing, okay? It's a shape memory alloy, composed 50% of nickel and 50% titanium, okay? First of all, the 2 differences between alloy and composites. Pause, write down. Next, they said that this thing has a body-centered cubic BCC, not face FCC, okay? BCC lattice, okay? Sketch BCC unit cell on the diagram below, okay? And identify the BCC coordination number. draw the green and then write down the number, coordination number. Pause and do it on the paper, okay? Okay, next, okay. X-ray diffraction, okay, measure of nictidon, so a wavelength of 0.1789 nanometer, produce a primary diffraction peak at an angle of 17.25 degrees, okay? Calculate the lattice spacing distance, D in nanometer, in the crystal, using section 1 of the data booklet. Remember, this section 1 is the old syllabus, okay? A little bit the same, okay? You need some conversion. So download the old syllabus 1, okay? 20161, okay? Okay, it also has a density of 6.45 gram per cm cube by the previous part, and this information, can you determine the average relative molar mass of it? Next, titanium unlike the alloy exhibit the Meissner effects, the superconducting effects, okay, at very low temperature. Explain the effects, okay? Why it is a superconducting at a very low temperature. Pause it and do it. Still option A, okay. Part C, okay. Titanium is highly reactive and the production of pure nictidon is difficult. One method of producing high-grade nictidon is by plasma arc melting. Outline the nature of the plasma state. Remember plasma state? What is this? The plasma torch used is similar to that used in inductive coupled plasma (ICP) in the syllabus. Okay, identify a gas used to produce the plasma. Part 3, C3. Explain the significance of this plasma in the production of pure nictidon. Okay, next. D. Chemical vapor deposition (CVD) can be used to produce nictidon or graphene. Okay, graphene is a textbook one. Okay, outline the production of graphene nanotube by using CVD. Okay, what is the source of carbon and what is the condition as a two things? Pause and write down. Part E. Okay, nickel and its compounds can be used as a homogeneous or heterogeneous catalyst, or there's two things. Okay, state one advantage and one disadvantage of a homogeneous metal catalyst. One good thing and one bad thing. Okay. Question 4 still option A. Okay, polystyrene is a thermoplastic polymer. One method of producing the monomer styrene is by oxidation of ethyl benzene, like this. Calculate the percent atom economy for the production of the monomer by this route using section 1 and 6 of the data booklet. Kevlar, a thermoplastic polymer, is ionotropic liquid crystal. Outline what is meant by ionotropic liquid crystal. So ionotropic liquid crystal. Two sub-questions actually. And explain the strength of Kevlar and its solubility in concentrated sulfuric acid. Actually, they talk about this is what's the property of ionotropic liquid crystal. Okay, just make a daily life example of it. Okay, pause and do it. Okay. Okay, D. Okay, and IR spectrum of renewable pastel is given another thing. Okay. Deduce the bonds in the polymer responsible for the peaks of A and B, and the recent identification codes that RIC using sections 36 and 30 of the data booklets. Okay, is IR spectrum question. Okay, last part, number 5. Okay, very straightforward for material part. Okay, heavy metal have many uses, but they can also produce toxic effects. Okay, discuss the causes of toxic effects of heavy metals. Oh, what's that? And describe one method of removing heavy metals. Okay, pause. You have done for option A. Okay, now we go on for option B. Okay, biochemistry. Okay, my schoolwork on this one, so I'm more familiar with this one. Okay. Amino acids are combined to form proteins. Yes or no? Identify the bond responsible for the primary structure of proteins. And then identify the types of metabolic process that occurs during synthesis of proteins. Third, outline how DNA determines the primary structure of proteins. Pause and do it. You can. Welcome back. Okay, there are some proteins that act as an enzyme, okay, which catalyze a biological reaction like this. Okay, explain the shape of the graph at point A, nearly linear, and Y, a plateau. Explain them. Okay. Use the terminology of chemistry. Okay. Remax. Okay. And then the other feedbacks. Okay. Show on the graph how a value for the Michel's constant Km can be determined. Outline the significance of the value of Km. Explain the effects of a competitive inhibitor on the maximum weight of an enzyme substrate reaction. So it's completely different parameters. It's different from biology. Biology, those such parameters. Okay. So different subject, a different idea of the same reaction. Okay. Catalytic reaction. Done. Next one. Okay. The molecular mass is 308.56. It's a fatty acid found in human milk. Okay. And then it has an iodine number of 164.5. Okay. Determine the number of CC double bonds. Okay. In each molecule, and showing your work. Okay. It's also a saturated fatty acid. Okay, with the same number of carbon atoms as the previous one. Okay, the before one has a CC double bond, this one doesn't. Okay. Ascorsanolonic acid. Explain why this acid has a lower melting point than the previous one. Means that explain why saturated fatty acid has a lower melting point. Okay. Part B, trans fat can be formed during food processing. Outline 2 disadvantages of trans fat in the human diet. C1, ascorsanolonic acid may undergo viscidity. Okay, identify two conditions that favor the viscidity reaction, and state the name of one class of organic compound produced by the viscidity reaction. Textbook problem, right? Continue our option B. Okay, biochemistry. D, ascorbic acid. Okay, vitamin C may be added to foods to prevent viscidity. Yes. Textbook. I remember this one. Predicts giving one reason whether it's soluble in oil or not. Okay, using section 35 of the data booklet. Soluble or not? Oil. Retinol, vitamin A. Okay, vitamin is a big topic in this option. Okay, plays an important role in human vision. Okay, its structure is similar to that of carotene. Explain why the retinol is colored using section 35 of the data booklet. Colored. Suggest why current increases the efficiency of photosynthesis. Monosaccharides and polysaccharides have different properties and functionals that are related to their structure. Identify the monomer in cellulose. Glucose or sugar can be mixed with active ingredients to produce labels such as aspirin. The carbohydrate molecule breaks away to release the drug. So that's why a drug made with starch is released more slowly in the stomach than one made with glucose. Last question for section B. Heavy metal toxicity is a problem in the environment. A, suggest one source of cadmium pollution. B, explain how host gas chemistry can remove cadmium from contaminated water waves. Heavy metal, before we talk about it, also right. So it's the end of option B. Okay, option C, energy. Nuclear fission is an important source of energy. Connected with physics. Okay. Outline why only heavy nuclear are capable of spontaneous fission reactions? Write the equation for the spontaneous fission of CF into the two smaller nuclide, PD and TE. B2, CF has a relatively atomic mass of 254, blah, blah, blah. Calculate the mass defect, okay, in kilogram using section 4 of the data booklet, okay, and we have 1 unit here, 1 AMU, okay. Determine the binding energy in kilojoule per nucleon of a CF nucleus. Use your answer to B1, E equals MC square, and section 2 of the data booklet. They help you if you don't get the answer, they give you a similar, closely answer for working for this part, okay. Energy again, okay. C, explain the storage and disposal of spent fuel water, okay, from nuclear reactor which are classified as high-level nuclear waste. Yeah, be careful. Fusion reaction can run on abundant chip field and produce minimum radioactive waste. So that's one reason why, despite this disadvantage, energy is provided from fission rather than fusion reactors. Why fusion doesn't work? Still, okay, must be some reason, okay. Question 12, still option C, energy. Energy from the sun can interact with molecules in various ways. A, describe global dimming and its causes. B1, identify the feature of chlorophyll that allows it to absorb sunlight. B2, write the summary equation for photosynthesis. C1, dye-sensitized solar cells, DSSC, mimic the way plants use sunlight. Explain how the dye in glacial DSSC converts sunlight into electrical energy, enhance it. C2, explain the roles of the electrolytic solution containing iodide ions and triiodide ions in the DSSC. Two things, okay? Two roles, okay? 13. Battery and fuels provides a portable sources of energy. Now important by EV cell, right? EV car, okay? Such as with reason if specific energy or energy density is a better measure of a field's usefulness as an everyday portable energy sources. Portable. Which one more important? Specific energy or energy density? B2. Ethyl benzene is an aromatic compound that is used to increase the octane rating in petrol, gasoline. It has a specific energy of blah blah blah. Calculate the enthalpy of combustion of ethyl benzene using section 6 of the data booklet, and lots of reaction involved. B2. Distillation of crude oil does not yield enough aromatic compounds for addition to petrol. Explain how aromatic compounds are formed from alkanes. So the context is nothing, just answer the last question. I explain how something is formed by alkane, okay? They just give you a context. Okay, C1, okay, lithium ion and lead acid are both types of a rechargeable battery. Good thing, okay? Outline the mass and voltage advantages of a lithium ion battery using section 6 and 24 of the data booklet, why it is better for lithium ion battery. Graphite and lithium cobalt oxide complex, okay, are the electrodes used in the lithium ion cell. Deduce the half equation for the reaction occurring at each electrode during the charging. Remember, charging, not discharging, of a lithium ion cell. Okay, it means the reverse. Okay. State one disadvantage of the lithium ion battery. Oh, good. And option C, okay, we proceed to the last section of option D. Option D, medicinal chemistry. Antibiotics and antivirals are important in the fight against disease. Describe how a penicillin acts against battery. Well, classic thing. Draw a circle around the section of the penicillin structure that is primarily responsible for its activity. Which part? Explain with reference to the structure why this section of the penicillin is reactive, important, crucial. C. Tamiflu and Vanessa are antiviral drugs. Okay, their structures are given in section 37 of the data booklet. Deduce the name of one functional group that is both a structure and the name of one functional group that is present only in cell and liver. Aspirin and codeine are used as pain relievers. Comparison. Describe how a strong analgesic, such as a codeine, works. Explain how a why long-term codeine usage is addictive. People can develop tolerance in codeine. Outline the meaning of tolerance. I think it's no effect, right? State one use of aspirin other than for pain relief. D. Suggest one reason why consuming alcohol with aspirin may be harmful. It means have them together. Pause and do it, okay? 16. Excess acid in the stomach can cause the breakdown of the stomach lining. A single dose of anti-acid containing 2.32 grams of sodium hydrogen carbonate and 0.5 grams of sodium carbonate. Okay, they have all the data down there. Determine the amount of stomach acid can be neutralized by this medication. Outline how medicinal succinate inhibit stomach acid production. 17. Many medical procedures involve the use of radioisotopes, such as why protective clothing and instruments used in nuclear medicine may be classified as low-level waste. Okay. Contamination. Such as one suitable disposal method for this low-level waste. The optically active chauffeur auxiliary used to produce the taxol is trans-2 cyclohexanol. Draw circles around the chiral carbon centers on this diagram. Describe how the user of it forms only the desired enantiomer of a taxol. Desired? Some are not desired. Question 19. Radium-223 has a half-life of 11.4 days, also physics. Okay. Write an equation for the alpha decay of radium-223. Sorry. Yeah, 223. Okay. Determine the percentage of radium-223 remaining after 30 days using section 1 of the data booklet. TAD uses alpha emitter to treat dispensed cancers. Explain why alpha radiation is suitable for this process, not beta, not gamma. Okay, involve oxidizing ethanol in the breath of ethanol or ethanolic acid. Identify one absorption range in the IR spectrum of the ethanolic acid that is not in the IR spectrum of ethanol using section 26 of the data booklet. Comparison. Deduce a given reason whether the fluorine 1H NNR spectrum is of ethanol or ethanolic acid using section 27 of the data booklets. Last part, okay. Predict a given reason that the splitting pattern of the signal produced by the hydrogen atom in the methyl group of ethanol. Thank you for going through with me again. I hope by this video you can work more on paper 3. Okay. Find out for the coming student, okay, 2025 student onward, okay, find out the parts that is in the syllabus and work on it, okay. Thank you. See you.